Everyone is aware that Tally has launched a new product called Tally Server 9. It is also called as Enterprise Class Customer. This is for Enterprise Class product for Enterprise Class customers. Tally Server 9 has launched in the month of January. So who requires Tally Server 9 and whom you need to approach? All these details we will discuss in detail. Introduction to Tally Server 9. Tally brings you an exclusive product, Tally Server 9, a product that installs a server component offering dedicated access to Tally data. So how you have hardware server like called IBM server, Windows 2003 server. The same way, Tally has come up with a dedicated data server. So Tally has come up with a new engine. It's a data engine which helps users to access the reports and the transaction faster. So whom it is applicable? The customer who is using multi-user with multiple users, more than 10 users, could be more than 25, 30, whatever. So currently in Tally.ERP in Series A, we have a customers who have multiple users, but they are finding difficult to access the data simultaneously. Hence, Tally has come up with a new tool, new engine. It's called Dedicated Access to Tally Data. Okay, so with the Tally Server 9, with Tally.ERP 9, we are going to install Tally Server 9 parallelly. So it's a new product which comes with new serial number. So we just need to link between Server 9 to Tally.ERP 9. So if you just buy Tally Server 9, customers not possible to use the product. They require Tally multi-user. So those customers using Tally.ERP 9 multi-user, only those customers can go for Tally Server 9. Is that clear? Any clarification? Please ask me. Shall I continue? This product is dedicatedly for the enterprise class customers. Enterprise class customers nothing but the organization which has multiple users working on Tally data. So multiple users may perform multiple activities like transactions, report viewing, printing, export, synchronization, remote access, RDP, etc. These are all called as multiple activity working on a single data. So Tally Server 9 helps users to access multiple activity simultaneously. Is that clear, participants? Shall I continue? Participants, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Please replay our chat. So whenever I ask any questions, please replay our chat so that I'll acknowledge the same. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The next point with regard to introduction is not only it does support concurrent usage of multiple individuals simultaneously, but also provides an extremely secure and risk-free environment for the company's data. So concurrent, this is the important point where you need to highlight about the product. Concurrency, you need to understand the word concurrency. It's nothing but 10 people are working on a single data. So Tally Server 9 tool provides 10 sessions, individual sessions it provides. So currently Tally.ERP 9 has a single thread application. All the requests and the response goes in single thread. From server 9 onwards, Tally has come up with a multi-session application. It's not a multi-thread, it's a single thread with multi-session. So each and every user will get a separate session so that they need not to depend on others' operation. Currently, you might have seen if anybody is generating a report. Say, for example, if a user is generating multi-columnar report or moment analysis report at the same time, if anybody is punching the data, the second person who is punching the data has to wait until the report is generated. Correct? This is the current scenario. From server 9 onwards, both the users will get a separate session so that user need not to depend on other users activity, so that both users can perform individually and they complete their task faster. And the third important point is it's a powerful data server will redefine the efficiency of medium and large businesses that have multiple users performing various activities simultaneously. Correct? So today, Tally.ERP name Series A is mainly designed for small and medium class customers. If business grows, obviously the users will increase in the organization. Earlier, a one man can perform all the activities. So once his business grows, he has to depend on employees. He will go for department like sales, purchase, HR, accounts, admin, etc. So all these team users can perform on a single data by using Tally Server 9. Correct? So which work efficiently. So now we are addressing medium and large enterprise customers who require this tool. We cannot sell this product to all the customers. The organization which has multiple users and multiple data, more than one data or huge master transaction. So only for them we can approach for Tally Server 9. Okay. Now we'll understand more about Tally Server 9. The next is objective. What is our objective? The objective is show value to the enterprise customers by successful implementation of Tally Server 9. Correct? So currently, as I said earlier, Tally.ERP Series A is designed and developed for small and medium class customers. Even though large customers and medium customers have procured the Tally and they start expecting more performance, speed, concurrency, and security from the same application, which is not compatible for them. Correct? Hence, Tally has come up with a new product called Tally Server 9, which will fulfill their requirements. During the session, if you have any clarification, please ask your query over chat. So what are we doing now? If you look current strength and present market, where we are today. So today, Tally has delivered some of the world's best technologies for small and medium enterprises, which address simplicity, speed, flexibility, and power. The company, which has 2 to 3 users making 10 to 15 transactions per day, there is no harm in that. Correct? If the organization has 25 or 30 users with 400, 500 transactions per day, if they use our current product, they may find difficulty. So they require more speed, more flexibility, and data security. So currently, now we started addressing the market. Tally.ERP Series A has been specifically designed keeping in mind the functional and operational requirements of SMB in mind. So our sheer flexibility has attached to hundreds and thousands of large customers. Correct? Till today, as of today, we have roughly 7 lakh customers. It's nearly more than a 500,000 customers using Tally.ERP, out of which we assume that 50,000 customers are come under large enterprises. We need to address those 50,000 customers. What are our large customer needs? The most important need of a growing or enterprise customer are their expectation is a power and capacity to operate in a growing multi-user environment to add as many users without compromising on performance. Manageability to manage and monitor the user's activity with better control. Optimization to analyze what pattern time spent for optimizing task and user productivity. So you wanted to know what exactly the user is doing, how much time he's spending on a particular task, whether he requires any help completing the task in a shorter period. All these things required by large enterprise customers. So what is the major benefit of Tally Server 9? The first one is speed with concurrent data access. As I said earlier, from Server 9, we are addressing concurrency issue. If 20, 30 users are working on Tally data, each and every user needs to depend on other activities. If 10 users are accessing the report, if 10 users are punching the data, and few users are exporting, a few users are importing, doing synchronization, remote access, RDP, irrespective of activity, so Tally handles the concurrency with speed. And the next one is security and control. So this is most important feature required by enterprise class customer. Currently, in Tally.ERP Series A, if you share the data on Windows network, any user can copy the data folder from network computer. Correct? So any users can copy and paste it anywhere they want, and anyone can access anything. So if you share the data, it is nothing but it's not secure. Correct? From server 9 onwards, it has come up with such a feature where your data will be fully secure. You need not to share the data on Windows. So sharing data is completely removed. So once you install Tally Server 9, you need not to share the data. It is nothing but which will not be visible to any user on network. Only they can access the company through Tally Server 9 engine. So Tally has developed an engine. How we have SQL engine in the same way, Tally has developed an engine which provides data access to the servers in network. So hence, you need not to share the data on Windows. So till today, we are using Windows SMB protocol. It's nothing but server message block. SMB protocol has a limitation. SMB protocol is nothing but it's a program which help sharing the data, folders, files, and printer drivers on network. It's a beautiful tool which developed by Windows. Currently, Tally is using the same. From Server 9 onwards, as Tally has come up with a new tool called Data Engine, hence you need not to share any application, any file, any folder with regard to Tally. And the next very important feature is monitoring and optimization. Tally has provided a new tool called Monitor Tool from where you can view which company is accessed by which user is passing which entry, which user has spent how much time on a particular task, and what time the user is logged in and what time the user is logged out. And even an administrator or a finance head can judge what activity user is doing and how much time he is spending to complete the task. If a person feels that for completing the task, the user is taking much time, immediately he can take an action and he can help the user completing the task faster. All these things can be tracked from Tally Server 9 Monitor tool. And the last feature is zero downtime. You might have seen why using Tally Server 9 people are finding difficulty. Why? Because if the data size is huge and if the multiple users are working on same data, Tally throws error. Even though due to some other activity, due to network problem, due to power fluctuation, if data is lost or if a particular user is stopped working on Tally, so currently it will also disturb other users on network. If you have 10 computers out of which the ninth computer cause any problem, so currently all the 10 users has to quit from Tally. They need to restart Tally. So from server 9 onwards, we will call it as zero downtime. Due to hardware intervention, if ninth computer goes for a task, if ninth computer is not working also, others on the network can perform their activity in Tally, accessing data through Tally Server 9 engine. Okay, these are all the major benefits using Tally Server 9. So, what is the minimum system requirement to use Tally Server 9? So minimum, we'll say Intel Core 2 Duo or above equivalent. The RAM should be minimum 4 GB, hard disk 30 MB free space, and monitor as usual 1024 by 768 or higher. Currently we are supporting Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows 2008, Vista, XP, 2003, 2000 operating systems. So any clarification till here, please ask me, or else I'll move further. Shall I move further? Okay. Yes, Daniel, do you have any clarification?
Uh, no, I'm okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So from server 9, what we are solving? So no more queue. We'll say no more queue. You can see the current scenario of Tally.ERP9 Series A. If you install Tally.ERP9 with shared data, if the manager is generating a report, so other users, those who are entering the data, those who are printing the report, they will be in queue until unless the manager completes the report. Then only they can perform. So hence, concurrency is affected. There is no concurrency. You can see here, its concurrency is affected and reduce the performance. So these two people has to wait till manager completes the task. This is the current scenario. With Tally Server 9, if you install Tally.ERP9, parallelly Tally Server 9, each and every user will get a separate session. You can see here separate session. They are directly accessing data through Tally Server 9. Okay? So report can be generated and data entry can be performed and reports also can be printed. So printing, data entry and report generation, all these activities, each and every user will get a separate session. So hence, the simultaneous data access and immediate response and high performance you can expect from Tally Server 9. We'll also understand in depth with regard to next example. The next example is high stability even in abnormal situations. How? If you install Tally.ERP9 with shared data, if anybody is punching the entry, report and sync and many more activity, if you have a huge data, so immediately it says not responding and or it asks for reload or rewait and application may get terminated. Have you ever find these kind of errors in current scenario?
Yeah,
Correct? It says not
yeah,
responding only because
yeah.
it is not the issue of Tally application. As I said earlier, Tally is using SMB protocol which has some limitation. So I'll give you clear example. If you have a car, we'll take example of car, Ferrari car. Hope everyone knows it runs maximum of 300 to 350 miles per hour. True? If you have such car, if you put 1 ton luggage on that car, can you expect same speed? Please replace. Can you expect same speed from Ferrari car?
No, no.
Right. The same way, Tally.ERP9 has developed and designed for small and medium customers. But a large enterprise customers also started working with Tally.ERP and expecting same speed, which is not possible. Hence, Tally has come up with a new product with Tally Server 9. You can see the difference. With Tally Server 9 if you have ERP accessing data through Tally Server 9 so that each and every user will get individual session need not to depend on anyone's activity. Hence, it's called parallel read and write operation, zero downtime, and continuity, no crash or application termination. You can expect speed as well as zero downtime. You cannot find all these errors, not responding, rewrite, reload. All these errors can be eliminated by implementing Tally Server 9. Okay. So one more example will give you the authorized person called a system administrator wanted to take a backup when users are performing the activity. Correct? So if administrator has to give full access to the user to perform. Correct? It's a direct access. Users are directly accessing data from server. So it is nothing but it's a dangerous. Correct? If you give full access to user, it is dangerous. So from server 9 onward, data will be kept separately in the server through the server 9. User will not get direct access because data is not shared. Only respective relevant company can be given access to users to do the performance. Hence, user will not come to know in which computer the data is stored. They will not come to know the path of the data. Currently, / server name / C drive or D drive, where the data has kept, everything is visible. So from server name onward, the data path itself is disabled and user will not come to know in which computer the data is stored. Only administrator can view the activity of users so that it prevents unauthorized access. So even though administrator want to take a backup in current scenario, if administrator start taking backup, so others who are working on Tally, they need to wait. Otherwise, it throw error. Correct? So from server 9 onward, if administrator want to take a backup, it is possible even though users are working on network. So this backup is called as hot backup. So whenever administrator wants, they can take a backup. They need not to depend on users to quit from Tally. It's like a snapshot. If users are working, how you will take snapshot? Correct? So it's like that. Clear example I can give you is the photocopy. If anybody is working, immediately can take a photocopy, right? So till what time when administrator initiate the backup, at point of time, whatever the data is stored in the server, it will be taken. So need not to depend on user. So whenever administrator wants, you can take a backup. So monitor tool. So monitor tool is the one more tool with server 9 we have provided. From the monitor tool, what are the benefits you see? Tally Server 9 provides advanced monitoring and administrative control to business owners through its unique monitor feature. With this tool, administrator can view real-time information on usage of system, pattern of user activity, area where more time spent, enabling business to optimize user productivity. It is nothing but the administrator can give access to specific activity. Say, for example, backup, restore, rewrite, and creation of company. Correct? So all these are crucial activity only for specific authorized person you can give access. So you might have observed or you might have heard if anyone can create company from network currently, right? So it is fully access given to the user. So whenever user wants, they can create company and they can pass few transactions and also they can print sales or whatever the transaction they want, they can print. So from server 9 onwards, all these crucial activities are restricted. Only authorized person can create company. Authorized person can take backup or restore. Only authorized person can rewrite the data. Okay. So we'll understand in depth once we install TS9. We'll call Tally Server 9. Also we'll call it as TS9. So now we will see the product demo. Any clarification till here, please ask me. Or else I'll show you how to implement Tally Server 9. Please reply our chat. Any clarification, please ask me. Or else I'll move further.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking about the zero downtime,
Yeah.
okay, you made mention of when there is any network issue, the control work,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So does it mean that when you have a network problem
Yeah.
and a user wants to work, if you will still have access to the data while the network is still not on?
Yes, exactly. The good question asked by Daniel. So his question was, whenever a particular client computer has caused problem regard to network. If that is the case, only that particular user get crash. So, but others user on network can operate simultaneously smoothly. Once the particular system problem is resolved, they can directly reopen Tally and start working with Tally.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Those things also I'll show you. And also one more information. As I gave example, out of 20 computer, if 15th computer cause any problem, immediately on monitor tool it says user XYZ system crash. Even though administrator will come to know that there is some problem with particular computer. He can directly go to computer and he can resolve, but others 19 users can perform their activity individually.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Yeah. Shall I go for demo now? Product demo?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you. So, first of all, the Tally.ERP 9 is installed. You can see here, this is the Tally.ERP 9, which is multi-user. We have installed Tally.ERP 9. This is the current scenario. If you go to any customer, Tally.ERP 9 is already installed. So, with the unique serial number, right? So now you are approaching for Tally Server 9. And if you install Tally Server 9, how to install and how to create link between Tally ERP 9 and Tally Server 9, which is very important. So if you just buy Tally Server 9, you cannot perform or you cannot create any company. You should have Tally ERP 9, then only you can go for Tally Server 9. Okay. So now I have Tally.ERP 9. So I have got Tally Server 9. So here is the installation file. So now I am going to install. So installation is also very easy with a single screen. I'll double click on install file. Only one screen. This is a screen, each and every option you need to understand very clearly. You can see here, once you click on Tally Server 9 install file, you have two sections. One is this and second one is here. So first we will understand what is this. So you are installing a Tally Server 9. You can see here by default, it comes with monitor tool. As I said, monitor tool, right? Either you can uncheck program or you can uncheck license also. Why? So there could be possible that I have a different computer. I will install license in one computer. I will install Tally Server and program in one computer. If that is the case, you can choose the option accordingly. If you want to install only program, select only program. Do not select license. So if you want license also to be installed in the same computer, you can select this. By default, these two will be checked. Before that, I'll show you. If you go to run and if you type services.msc, you can see with regard to Tally, there is a one license server is running. You can see here, this is the license server which share the license to network systems, which installed in D colon program file Tally.ERP, Tally license server. It's a normal server, license server you have installed when you install Tally.ERP. For confirmation, I'll show you the path also. This is the path. In this path, we have installed Tally.ERP. Here is the one license server. License you are installed so that it will serve the license on network. In the same way, once you install Tally Server 9, one more license file will be installed. This is what it is. So if you want to install license on different computer, you can uncheck this. Only you can install program. So when you are installing license, you don't require program, only you are installing license. Is that clear? Yeah. Now, by default, this will come with these two options. If your server is same computer, wherever you are installed Tally.ERP in the same computer, if you are installing server 9 with license, then let these two options will be checked. So what is this? Only Tally server 9 monitor. If you select this, these two will be disabled. This is important. Say for example, administrator. System administrator has installed Tally Server 9 in a dedicated system, in a dedicated server he has installed. So whenever he wants to monitor what is happening with the user, he need not to rush to server room every time. He can install only the monitor tool on his laptop. Correct? So, server is already installed in XYZ computer. So, he just needs to access the monitor tool. Hence, he is installing only monitor tool. When you say only monitor tool, it asks, where is the Tally Server 9 installed? In which computer installed on network? You need to specify the IP address of the server where you installed Tally Server 9 with the port. And this could be possible that finance manager or managing director of the company wants to know what is happening. If they want to view the monitor tool, only in their system or laptop you can install. Whenever they come on to network, they can view the user activity. So for that purpose, you need not to install program and license and all. Only monitor tool you can install. Is this clear, these two? On server, you need to install monitor tool with program and license. If you want to install only monitor tool, just select this. Is that clear? Shall I move?
Yeah.
Okay. So by
let me ask you a question, okay?
yeah, please ask me.
Okay. When you install the license on the ERP9
Okay.
on a different machine,
Okay.
and then install the, let's say, the Tally.ERP on another machine.
Yeah.
Now, when they are working and they have a problem with the Tally.ERP9 machine,
Yeah.
okay, will the server 9 still work?
Tally server 9 only serve the data access. Okay. Wherever you are installing program, you can see here, wherever you are installing program, in that computer, you require data.
Okay.
Let me give clear example. I have three computers, A, B, and C. In A computer, I have installed Tally.ERP9. And B computer, I am installing Tally Server 9. Wherever you install Tally Server 9 program, there you have to keep the data. Okay? And if you want to
Okay.
install license on any other computer, C computer, you can install. When you say license you are installing, then it asks the directory path where you are installing license. So when you select only program, then it asks where is the license path. That time you need to specify. You can see here, if you select only program, it asks which computer the server 9 license is installed.
Okay.
Okay. So irrespective of that, the very important is wherever you install Tally server 9, in that computer data should be available.
Mm-hmm.
In that computer data should be available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue.
But before you install the Tally 7,
Yeah.
you need to get a license for the Tally.ERP9.
Of course. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now when you install the Tally.ERP9 license,
Yeah.
okay, and then for instance, you install that on a different machine, okay,
Okay.
and then you separate the Tally 7.9 on another machine.
Yeah.
Now, when you have a problem with the Tally.ERP9 machine,
Yeah.
with the Tally 7.9, where the Tally 7.9 is installed,
Yeah.
will it still work? I mean, will you be able to still use the Tally 7.9?
No. Wrong. Why? Because you
Okay.
can see here there are two, Tally Server 9 and Tally ERP9 Gold license. If
Yeah.
ERP9 goes to education, Tally Server 9 also will not work because Tally Server 9 is only to serve the data, not the license.
Okay.
If
Okay.
Tally
Okay.
ERP9 goes to education due to any reason, XYZ reason, then user cannot work on Tally.
Okay.
So,
I have a question. You know, in normal Tally, right, you're able to use educational mode. Okay.
okay.
So if the license goes off, can the user access the data in educational mode?
No, not possible.
So in this case, if your license server goes off, unlike the normal Tally where you can get educational mode of the software, in this case, if your license goes off, you go blind permanently.
Yes, only if license is turned to education on ERP, users can access, but they cannot change the date.
That is fine.
Yeah,
But if the users are using Tally Server 9 as
okay.
their database,
Yeah,
and then the license server on the ERP goes off,
yeah.
and the users still access the data, even if it's in educational mode.
Yes, they can access, but as I said, date cannot be changed.
That is fine. They can just access for viewing, right?
Yes, they can access. They can access.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. You said if Tally.ERP names turn to education, can users access data, right?
Yes.
Okay. No. That will not allow. Why? Because from server name onwards, we are providing a option called server list. Server list will pop up only if the Tally.ERP name license is running. Sorry, it will not allow. It will not allow.
That means that you can't have educational mode of your data.
No, you cannot. Why? Because as I said, if ERP license is running, then only the server list will come. Whenever user gets server list, they can access data. If due to some reason, if Tally.ERP name goes to education, the server list option will not come. This is for security purpose. If not, what happens? You have set 10 computers. The 11th computer is installing Tally.ERP and is trying to get the data. He can. So for data security purpose, we have restricted. In current scenario, it is possible. Why? Because you have shared the data. It is a Windows share. You have shared the data in education also you can access. But from server 9 onwards, for the security of data, it is not possible if license turn to education on ERP.
All right.
Okay. I'll continue. Once after completion of server 9 demo, you will get a clear picture. Okay. We will make license also education and we'll see what happens. Shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So by default, again I will restart. Once you double click on Tally server 9, this is the first screen. So you understand this option. The right side one is where you are installing Tally server 9. So by default, it comes C:\Tally.ERP name. If you want to change, you can. So whatever you are doing, user will not come to know in which drive or in which folder you are installing Tally server 9. And also you can see this is the name of the computer. By default, it is taking system name. I will show you my system name. You can see here, webinar PC. This is webinar PC. By default, it has taken webinar PC. If you want, you can change this. If anybody knows that webinar PC is particular system, then user will easily come to know that the data is lying in webinar computer. Hence, you can change. Easily you can change to Tally server. If you say Tally server, it could be in some other computer. Nobody knows where the Tally is. It could be any name. So here, data name. This also you can change. If you have multiple users working on different company or different department, you can select, you can type any name. You can say finance data. You can say finance or marketing, whatever. So that instead of data, the name will show as finance. Only the finance guys can access the finance data, marketing, accounts, whatever you want, you can give. So this is just a name which users can access. So if you are working for a finance department, you can access finance data. If XYZ person is working for accounts, so you can say accounts. So and one more information will give you. If you buy a single Tally server name, you can install it in multiple computers in the same network. So if you want finance guy for one computer, you can keep 10 data there and you can install Tally server 9 in another computer. While installing, you can select only program, correct? So you need not to select license because license can be accessed from the computer where you installed Tally server 9. From there you can access the license and you can install one more program in different computer with a different name. You can say accounts. This is the part where you have kept the data. So this path will not be visible to users. So what I'll do, I'll keep my data. I have data here. So I will take this path. Here is my data. So I'll specify this path. So this path will not be visible to user. And the next one is installation directory, where you are installing license. So this is program you are installing. Here you are installing license. You can see by default the port number comes 10,000. So why? Because while installing ERP9, I have used 9999 port. By default it took 9999 and the next port number is 10,000. If you would have used Tally.ERP9 at 10,000 port, automatically server name it takes 10,001 port. The next port number it takes. Okay. So here, this is the link you are creating with Tally.ERP9 program. So it says existing Tally.ERP9 gold license. Where is the gold license is running? You are installing Tally server 9 in one computer. If it is in the same computer, you can say localhost. If it is in same computer, you can say localhost. If it is in different computer, if the ERP is installed in different computer, you can specify the IP address or the server name of Tally.ERP name. Is that clear? So here in this scenario, my ERP also installed in same computer, local host. I know the port number, it is 9999. So if you want to check whether this Tally.ERP9 license is working or not, you can click on test. If you click on test, make sure you are getting this message. License server is running. Say for example, instead of 9999, if I say 9090, if I click on test, it says this because you have not specified the port number properly. Until unless you get the permanent license message, don't go further. This is the very important point. If you get this message, then everything installation part is perfect. Any clarification?
Yeah, I want to find out this.
Yeah, Daniel.
Now, with the data part,
Yeah.
okay, when, for instance, you have 10 data,
Correct.
okay, each for each department, let's say the account department,
Yeah.
the marketing department, and let's say any other department, okay. So are you saying that when you install the current server,
Yeah.
you have to install about 10 for you to indicate the name, the data name?
Yes.
For instance, finance,
Yes.
marketing,
Yes.
so you have to do it for 10 times, right?
No. If
Because of the data?
it is user choice. If they want to keep all the data under one name, they can.
Yeah, but for instance, they want to separate
If
for
they
each
want to
department, so
separate,
that,
if they want
yeah.
to, I will show you how to make it separate. While installing only one, you can specify. Multiple not possible.
Okay.
After installation, if you want to create marketing, which is possible. I'll show everything. I'll show you.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I'll continue. So after this, now I'll go for install. You can see here, the following component has been installed successfully. Tally server 9 license also has a separate license server which comes with a version 8.0. You have installed license also, you have installed program also. Do you want to launch? You can say finish, then Tally Server 9 has come. It will be like this. Currently it is in education version. Correct? You need to activate this. As I said, this is a new product you need to activate, and later if you want to shift to some other computer, you can and reactivate. Everything is possible. So as I said earlier, if you want to install Tally Server 9 on multiple computers also, you can by selecting this, and you can specify only the server IP address. The concept is same. So now this license is already installed and activated. Hence I am going for reactivation. If it is new, you have to go for activate license and you need to fill this. You can see here it has activated with the unique serial number. Now, first time when you activate, it will not ask for Tally.NET user. Why? Because you are first time logging into monitor tool, it will not ask. As we have already activated, whenever you log into this, it asks for authentication because it prevents from unauthorized user. Okay. So now what I will do, this is my Tally.NET user ID. This is the monitor tool. Currently, no company is logged in. Correct? So now, the very important point in Tally.ERP 9 is whenever you install Tally.ERP 9, make sure it is local host here. You have to select multi-user and local host. It should not be a single user. Even though people are using multi-user, due to some reason, if they would have selected as existing single user, change to multi-user and make sure it should be local host. Do not select any IP address or server name. Use the same terminology, local host. This is the port number we are using for Tally.ERP. Okay. Now, if user press enter, you can see here the new option, server data location. If this comes, then your installation part is perfect. If you click on this, you can see here finance, Tally server. This is the computer where we installed. This is the location. User will not come. You can see here path is not visible. User will not come to know. Even though this is server, we are considering this as a client computer. It works as well as in client and server with the same behavior. So user will not come to know in which computer Tally data is lying and what and all companies are available. If you just press enter, it lists the data. So whichever user has access, he can select the company and he can type his username and password. Immediately, if you go to monitor tool, you can see after a few seconds, it will pop up. If company is logged in, you can see here Tally server. This is the computer where you are logged into monitor tool. One more option is there in F12. We can specify time format how you want. If you want in hour, minute, second, and refresh, I'll say minimum, I'll say you can see here every activity. Now, National Traders Ghana, the company is loaded and the user, who is the user? A is the user and the company name is National Traders Ghana and he is currently in Gateway of Tally. You can see here he is currently in Gateway of Tally. Now I will do few activities. I'll go to balance sheet. I'll spend some time. I'll come out. I'll go to profit and loss account. I'll spend some time. I'll come out. I'll go to stock summary. I'll fuse some details and I will delete some data. I deleted and also I will cancel some data and I'll export. I'll export. These are all the activity user is doing. Exported the data. Now I'll punch in some entry. Immediately if you go to monitor tool, all these activities can be viewed. You can see here in balance sheet you spent 5 seconds, correct? So you went to voucher alteration mode and you went to stock summary, stock monthly report, and you have exported a report. Stock item monthly summary report you have exported. You took 8 seconds. You viewed 3 entries. And here one more option is there. Show entries from main screen. If you say show entry, it shows total number of report view 7, exported 1, edited 4. If you go for this alteration, it says edit. If you go for alteration screen, it says edit. So number of entry you passed 1, altered 1, deleted 1. Correct? Why it is showing edited is nothing but 2 entries one we deleted, one we cancelled. Correct? So hence you are in alteration mode. You can see here, if you press enter here, it shows a user has done all these activities. So now you are idle, right? So if you go to any specific report, I'll say you are idle for some time, correct? You are in outstanding report and you are working on this report, correct? You might have taken some time to view all these reports. But if you come to data tally, user will come to know. You see, currently the user is in bills outstanding. So if you come out from this report, you can see here, in bills outstanding, the user was there for 36 seconds. Not only this, I'll show you each and every feature. These are all the periods, for which period you want to view. For a previous day or live. This is currently live. You can see when you are logged in, so and so time. And sort by next column. If you want to sort, you can. Which one you want first? That you can sort. Sorted by viewed or sorted by printed, you can. And by user, if you want to know by user, you can. So if multiple users are working on same data, it's also possible. So now what I will do, I will open Tally. Just assume that another user from different computer is logging in. This also you can make it default. You need not to go to every time server list. You can go to F12. You can go to data configuration. You can say finance. Should say colon. If you press enter, whatever name you have given, it should. You need not to click on here. The person is only authorized to access finance data only finance data has loaded. Okay. So you must have enabled security control. Then only you can track which users are logged in. So now what I'll do, I'll create security control for this company and I'll re-log in to the GhanaVat company. So now if you go to monitor tool, you can see here, if you don't create any user, by default it's a Tally user. You can see here the difference between the color. The Tally user shows in black and this shows in blue. It is nothing but if it is blue means the currently someone is working on the company. If it is showing in black means the user has logged in and logged off. So by the company, currently based on the user it is showing. If you want to know by the company, you can see. From with GhanaVat, one user is Rocky, the username is Rock. And with National Trader, the user is A. So now what I will do, I'll go to another Tally. Here I will do some activity. I'll go to bank reconciliation. I'll check some reconciliation. I'll come on. All these activity immediately complete. That's what I said. If any user crashes also, immediately administrator will come to know. If this user is crashed, immediately it shows. You can see here, current activity is so and so. Current activity it shows Tally crash due to network issue. If particular user system crash, it says crash. So administrator can take call immediately. He can reach to the particular person and he can find the difficulty the user is facing. So apart from this, I'd like to show you few other features of Tally Server 9. So by time also you can check and refresh. As you already set in F12, you want format, how you want only in hours, minutes per second, however. System has to refresh automatically after every 10 seconds. So if you specify 0, then auto refresh will stop every time you need to press refresh button. And export data. If you want to export data for future analysis, whatever is currently showing, if you want to export the data, you can export. It's like a snapshot. You can export and which will be in Excel format. You can see the currently I am exporting this. This is the data I am exporting. So if you want to restore that also possible. After few days, if you want to restore the data whichever you have exported, you can come to offline data and you can import. So you can view the data of exported one. Directly it shows in offline, directly it shows in monitor tool. Once you come out from this, it shows the live data. Is that clear? For any analysis purpose, if you want to export the current data, you can directly export the data. The same data you can import whenever you want. If you import, it shows however currently it is showing. Once you come to main screen, then it shows the live data. And the crucial activities, backup, restore, rewrite, you can do. And very important is this, manage server. If you go to manage server, it shows current one. which computer Tally server is installed, in which computer ERP is installed. As we are installed in same computer, it is showing localhost, and it shows the current system IP address and the data. This is the administrator right, hence it is visible. If it is for user, user will not access to the monitor tool, hence you need not to install monitor tool on user computer. Only on user computer you can install Tally.ERP. Okay. Here you can see licensing operation. If you want to surrender or extend subscription or reactivate, everything you can do from licensing and setup. This is also important. Here, Tally server name is the server. So this is the path, and I'll create now one more marketing. So I have few data. I'll select some other data path. Here few data are there. What I'll do, equivalent data. I'll specify equivalent data here. So after specifying equivalent data, so I will accept this screen. So my finance data in equivalent, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Can you have the same data type, but then different location name?
Different location is different computer.
No. I mean, let's say you have, you see, in a typical environment, the departments
Yeah.
are likely to be working on the same company,
Okay.
rather than the same database.
Okay.
So, can we have a scenario where we have marketing, finance, and all those things, but in the end, it is going to one database? Is that possible?
Okay. Okay. It's nothing but you need to create multiple folders inside data itself. So here we are separating in D drive and C drive. So marketing, okay, you are asking same company with different departments.
Yes. I mean, you see, in this scenario, finance and marketing, it's not likely that finance will have a different company,
Yes.
marketing have a different company. They all work in the same company. So if there's a scenario where you have about 7 departments, but same company, same database, but you just want to use different names just to make the part.
I'll tell you. What I will do, I'll copy this part. Now I'll say accounts. What is same?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, possible. Now
Yeah.
I'll accept this. There are 3 now. So now I'll restart Tally. So this is the same computer, hence it is showing path. Otherwise, once I click here, server list, you can see here. If I select account also, the list of companies change. If I select finance also, list of companies change. So if I go back, if I select marketing, the list of companies are different. I will log into one company. I logged into 2 companies. If I go to monitor tool, you can see here. Now it is showing, you can see here, Aqua. This company also has come. So Here, one more option is there, change server. Currently, we have Tally server. It's the computer, right? As I said earlier, you can install Tally server 9 in different computer, sharing the license of Tally server wherever you are installed. If that is the case, the Tally server itself name will get changed. You can say Tally server 2. It's a different computer from where you are accessing the data. That is also possible. So currently we have only one server. So in manage server, one more important feature I will show you under setup. You have one more data called personal. I'll take example. I'll create a new path for this. I don't want my user to view my personal data. I'll take example of this company. Okay. Here is the company. I think this company is accessed. Yeah. This is the company, my personal data. So I don't want my user to know that there is a personal data, right? If that is the case, you can type two commands, that is at C colon. You can see here the path. Before the path, I typed at the rate twice, and the name of the location name is personal. I just accept it. As a business owner, I know there is a data available. The location name is personal. If I go for this, if I click on server list, you can see the personal is not visible here, which is hidden. As I know the location name, I'll click on manual path. I'll type personal and colon. Colon has to type. Then you can see the personal data. Wherever you keep in the network, if you know the location name, you can access. But the confidential data, whatever you have, which can be hidden from the user. If this concept is clear, how to hide the data path from the user. Shall I continue?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what else? From manage server, very important is these two, security and scheduler. Under security, you can see here, Tally server 3 at gmail.com. This is the administrator email ID. So administrator has full access. Even you can add disable. If you disable backup and restore, once you accept this screen, and again if you go back to the screen, it will be enabled by default. So these are all the crucial activities. Backup, restore, rewrite, create company, split and monitor tool. Correct? It is possible that in current scenario, anybody can split the company. Anybody can create the company. Correct? They can pass few transactions also. So now server 9 onward, it is restricted. I will take example of a user. He is the user. I'll give access of backup, restore no, rewrite no, create company yes, split no, monitor tool also no. Raghu has access of only backup and create company. No monitor tool, no rewrite, no restore. We'll see how this behaves. So now I will quit from monitor tool. What I'll do, I'll again try to log into monitor tool. So here is the icon, Tally server 9. I am the unauthorized person. So By default, it shows the last login email ID, but I'll try to change. You can see access denied. Unauthorized person cannot log into monitor tool. But I have backup rights, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to Tally. I'll try to take a backup. So under finance, whatever the companies are there, I'll try to take a backup. Immediately it asks login as Tally.net user. So it is very clear that if you are giving rights to a person to take a backup, he should have internet access to authenticate the user. From Tally.net user, Tally server will authenticate whether user has the permission to take backup or not. So if any user try to log in, I'll say, as I have backup right, it is checking with Tally.net server. Immediately it gave permission. I can able to take a backup. The backup is done. When I try to restore, I wanted to restore. Again, it is asking authentication. I'll specify same username and password. You can see no access allowed. So I don't have access to restore. But can I create company? It is asking permission. Yes, I can create company. So hope you understand these are all the crucial activities. If business owners are not available in the shop, any user can immediately create company and they can create stock item, they can pause sales transaction and then give it bill to customer and collect the payment. Correct? How business owner will come to know that this is happened? Immediately they can delete the data. Correct? Is this correct? Is this current scenario which is happening in the market? Anyone can copy the data. Anyone can split the data. Anyone can take backup. So from server 9 onwards, it is fully protected. Data is completely protected. No one can do any activity. If they want to do any such activity, they require authentication. Is that clear? Are you able to understand the concept of what? Tally server 9? So now what I will
Yeah.
do? Fine. I'll open monitor tool. So under manager, manage server, this is the latest feature provided. When we launched Tally Server 9, the time the release was 4.5 and from 4.6 onwards we have provided scheduler. So backup scheduler. So user or administrator need not to depend on anyone to take a backup. System will take automatically. When you want to take backup, I'll say 10 AM or PM. So now what I will do, now it is 8. Matlab 6. 6. In India it is 6. So what I will do, 6. I think this is also not possible. Only you can specify 6 or 7. So if I specify 6, I'll change the system time. Okay. I'll take a backup at 6 PM. The backup path is this. Which company backup you want? I'll take all the location of backup. Okay. You can see in C colon, there is no folder called backup. Here Something is there. I'll just rename this. Here there is no backup. By 6 p.m. automatically Tally takes the backup. If you want to change the scheduler also possible. Whenever you want, you can change the scheduler. Currently, the scheduled one is 6 p.m. The backup will be Tally backup. The folder will be Tally backup. We'll see after 6 p.m. Meanwhile, here, login as, one more last option. You are already logged in as admin. If you want to log in as something else, you can. Some other user, if you want, you can. New login. If you specify, you can type, and whichever the rights you have, the rights will be applicable. And advanced configuration. This is there to communicate with Telnet server if you want to enable absolute URL as proxy. Everything is available from monitor tool, from manage server and monitor setup. Everything is available here. And F12 configuration also available. Advanced configuration, as I said, is also available. So, any clarification till here, please ask me. So, if it is a practical experience, I would have